How's it going, everybody? This is Jeff Manning with Team Reelin the Blues. Well, it's been a while since I put anything up, but this summer has been insane for me. I build custom homes for a living, and with this COVID crap and people not wanting to work, I have been working my tail off. But I finally got a little cool weather, a little break in the heat, and I decided to come out here and see if I couldn't finish putting the front deck in this boat. Well, the first thing I've done, and I know y'all seen it, where I put all this PVC and synthetic board down. I got it all put down, got everything fitted real good. Got all the doors where they operate the way I want them to. And I've been cutting the aluminum. Today I took the time to go ahead and start making templates to put all of the aluminum on this. Now I know it's a little bit overkill to have the PVC board under it and then put the aluminum on top of it, but I wanted that to be really rigid so when you walk across it there's no flex. And believe it or not, with all that PVC board and all the aluminum that's going on it, there's only going to be about 80 pounds total for all of that up there. So it's not a big deal. The weight is not an issue. Besides that, I kind of needed a little more weight on the bow anyway, because I'm planning on hanging a 4-stroke 90 horsepower motor on the back of this. So going to be a little extra weight on the back, so a little extra weight on the nose might help get the boat a little bit more stable and get it to ride a little bit more level when it's just setting. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on this. I've already made all my pieces. I've been fitting them and making sure everything fit right, so it's time to put it all down and get that nose finished up. There we go. That was just an old piece of scrap aluminum I had. I got the first pattern marked. We're going to get it cut out and see what happens. It's just a rough cut, and then I'll take my grinder and I'll clean the edges up and make it fit perfectly once it's in place. Let's get this thing cut out and get it done. There she is. Nice smooth radius, ready to go in the hole. We'll see how she fits. Okay, here we go. Let's see what she looks like. Well, that's about as good as it's going to get. I got a light eighth, heavy 1/16 of an inch gap along the wall right there. I didn't want it tied against it. And all my other margins are matched up perfectly. Took about 10 minutes to make it. It was worth it to do it the right way. We'll go ahead and make one for the other side and get it mounted. Most important thing you can do when you got stuff like this that has these angles and a lot of different offsets in it, make you some templates. You'll save yourself a world of headaches in the long run. Cost you a little time up front, but it's well worth it. Me, what I use is masking paper. You can buy this at Lowe's, some auto parts place. You can buy it about any big box store, but it works great. It's thin, so it's easy to work with. You can get it up to, really you can get it up about 4 foot wide. I like using this. I'll make me a nice template. When I get done on making the template, then I'll mark it out and cut my metal. Saves you a lot of time, a lot of effort, and that way at least your piece, when you put it in, it's right. Okay, so we got the holes drilled where we marked them, and you can see the screw when you put it in there. See how the screw head is sticking up above it? So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a drill bit that's a couple sizes bigger than this. And what I've done was I found a drill bit that's literally the same size as the head of the screws. And I also use a countersinking bit, but a drill bit works better. It's quicker anyway. Alright, so here we go. And like I said, all these pieces have been fitted. I just had them all temporaried in. I cleaned the surface of this up, ground out any high spots there was in it, and we got it all fastened down, got everything cleaned up. We're ready to put this thing back together. I'm not worried so much about the patterns not matching on this aluminum. This is my personal boat, and I was trying to use up all the scraps I had laying around here. I had a bunch of this aluminum. There was no use buying new stuff just so I could put this in one piece. Normally I would. Normally I'd cut this out of one piece, then cut my doors out of it. That way when you got done, you literally couldn't find the seams in it. But it being my personal one, I'm going to end up painting all of it anyway. But let's get this thing put back together. Alright, here we are. We're just about ready to finish it up. You'll notice in this floor, I cut this part of the PVC out. And the reason why I did that is that way I can get to all these fittings going into this Livewell. So this piece here is going to be a totally separate piece, just like the rest of them. And I got it to where I'm not going to put any trim screws down here at the bottom. That way if I ever need to get inside this compartment, I know I can pull this one piece and I can get to all my pumps with no problem. Let's go ahead and finish it up. The last thing we'll do to it, I ain't gonna put it on yet. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything cleaned up perfectly. But the last thing we'll do is we'll put a little nosing, and this is pretty much the nosing you can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's. It's made for step tread, but it works great on boats. I've used it on several builds that I've done. It gives you a nice, clean, trimmed edge, and this piece right here ain't but about $9, $10, so you about can't beat it. It comes in 8-foot sticks. You can even get it up to a 12-foot stick. It's flexible. You can make these bends with it. Here we go. I'll go ahead and get all the rest of it prepped up and cleaned up, and then we'll go ahead and put that on. As you can see, it really ain't that hard. You just have to take your time. Don't get frustrated. Remember to make you some patterns. Instead of wasting your aluminum, make you some nice patterns, and you can get it put in. Just take your time. Start at one end and work your way to the other end. That way you can move everything around, temporary it up, and then come back and put it all in at one time. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. If you enjoyed what you've seen, push that subscribe button and ring that bell. That way whenever I post something up, you'll be notified. Thank you.